Project Code version 4.0. Introduction. December 31, 2019, China Wuhan reported clusters of infection among its residents. January 1, 2020, Wuhan Huanan seafood wholesale market closed. A highly contagious virus outbreak had occurred. By July 2, 2020, over 10 million people were confirmed with infection and more than 500,000 people have died. The consequences. Nations and cities go into lockdown. Workers stay at home. Business and economic activities ground to a near halt. To restart the economy, workers switch to telecommute. Business goes digital. Students switch to home-based learning using the internet. The pace of digitalization accelerated. One of the key issues of digitalization is a method of authentication that is secure and efficient. If the authentication system is not robust, hackers may steal users' identity and password to cause havoc. Users will lose their trust in the system and the digitalization process will encounter problems. My invention will address this issue. To explain my invention, we will take a look at two methods of digital payment systems. Systems that is similar to Alipay, WeChat Pay, PayLah, PayNow and etc. The first method is the QR code sticker method. Let's say you want to buy a plate of chicken rice. You download and run a smartphone payment application. Tap on a Transfer to Account button. Point your camera at the QR code sticker on the chicken rice stall. The image will be captured and sent to a payment server. The payment server returns a payment confirmation notice to your smartphone. Double-check that the chicken rice stall name, BTC Chicken Rice, is correct. Then, enter the payment amount and tap Transfer button. Show the transfer confirmation screen to the chicken rice stall owner and collect your food. The advantage of this system is that it requires very little hardware installation and easy to implement with little cost involved. Let's take a look at the second digital payment method, the QR code scanner method. In this case, a QR code scanner is installed on a bread stall. To pay for a loaf of bread, the buyer will tap on a smartphone payment application. Buyer taps on a Generate Personal QR Code button. The smartphone will display a personal QR code and barcode. Place the personal QR code and barcode under the scanner. The scanner will capture the images and send a payment request to the payment server. The smartphone receives a payment request notice from the payment server. Buyer verifies and taps on the Confirm Transfer button. Collect the bread and end of transaction. The problem with the current system is that it can be hacked. For example, hackers may create a free smartphone application or game with hidden cloning code. Once you run the application, a copy of your smartphone payment application information is being cloned and sent to hacker server or smartphone. With this identity information, hackers can use it to log in and make illegal purchases. In 2018, Hong Kong Monetary Authority expects e-wallet fraud losses to double to 400,000 Hong Kong dollars. This is just the start. In Singapore, digital payment adoption in food sector is still facing barrier. One of the biggest barriers is the cost of implementation. The QR code sticker method is ideal in terms of cost. But as you can see in my previous slides, security would be a big concern. In the United States, A survey by Business Insider shows that fingerprint login is the second most important feature for mobile banking. This translates directly to security concern. Digital payment and any internet transaction can only really take off if consumers trust the system. Consumers must be convinced that their money, their transactions are safe from hackers. My invention will make it safe. My invention will convince them that it is safe. And my invention will make them trust the system. Let's look at my invention and see how it can be implemented into the digital payment for the two methods in previous slides. My invention is already patent granted in Singapore and PCT or Patent Cooperation Treaty has been applied. The QR code sticker method. A security authentication device, shown in figure 33, is placed below the QR code sticker on the chicken rice stall. This authentication device is known as DA code or Daily Authentication Code. Every morning, the chicken rice stall owner will receive a SMS notice in his smartphone. The owner opens the SMS to see a DA code message. This message has 4 sections. First section shows the date and time of the message. Second, third, and fourth sections show the authentication code pattern and orientation. Example, second section 1 black dot, up left. This corresponds to pattern number 1, where the 1 black dot is pointing to the up left direction. Using the DA code message, the stall owner arranges the authentication device accordingly. When a customer wants to make digital payment, he launches the payment apps and taps on the Transfer to Account button. Point the camera to the QR code and DA code. These images will be captured and sent to the payment server. Double-check the account name, key in the payment amount and press the transfer button. To authenticate, the customer takes out his personal DA code and scan it. Remember, this customer's personal DA code changes every day. Show the confirmation screen to the stall owner and collect the plate of chicken rice. Next, we take a look at the QR code scanner method. A buyer approaches a BTC noodle stall for a plate of noodle. Buyer taps on a Generate Personal QR Code button. The DA code or security authentication device is attached to the back of the smartphone. It can be detached and arranged accordingly based on a daily SMS notice to the buyer. To make digital payment, place the personal QR code below the scanner. The scanner will beep once. Flip the smartphone over for the scanner to read the DA code or security authentication device. Double-check the account name, amount, and tap to confirm the transaction. Payment complete and the buyer can collect her noodle. The title of my invention is an identity or security authentication device for electronic system using visual patterns or codes. It has application in other areas beside the point of sales digital payment that I describe in previous slides. I will show you some of the other applications. My invention can be used for digital fund transfer between friends or individuals. You tap on Transfer to Friends button on your smartphone, while your friend tap on Generate Personal QR Code button. Use your smartphone to scan the QR code and DA code of your friends. Then take out your personal DA code from the back of your smartphone and scan it to authenticate. Double-check the name of account that you want to transfer fund into. Type the amount and tap on transfer button. Fund transfer complete. My invention can also be implemented into our favorite pastime, online chatting. One happy day, you launch your chat application and go into your friends group. Your friend David sends you a message for yesterday lunch cost of $25. You tap and hold on the message, then tap on the transfer dollar button. Detach your personal DA code from the back of your smartphone, scan it, input $25, and type in a simple note and transfer. Done. You have just transferred $25 to David. And it is very safe because my DA code changes every day. My invention can be used in outdoor advertisement. Let's say you are walking along Orchard Road and you see this advertisement. Your favorite concert is coming to Singapore. You can straight away buy your tickets from the advertisement using the QR code enhanced with DA code security. Furthermore, you get a 10% discount. Take out your smartphone, scan the QR code together with its DA code. The DA code is powered by a lithium battery and its pattern changes every day. A server will authenticate the QR code with the DA code to make sure that everything is safe. Your smartphone launches an internet browser for you to immediately purchase your ticket. That's it, safe and fast. Bicycle renting or sharing. With the COVID-19 crisis, we see a re-emergence of these needs, especially for electric bicycle and e-scooter as commuters avoid train and bus for fear of virus infection. But there will be problem of inconsiderate dumping after use. Singapore government makes it compulsory to do geofencing. Users must return the bicycle to a specific location. My invention will make geofencing cheap to implement and hard to be hacked. Put a QR code at the geofencing location, which is what we are having in Singapore. Place my invention, a DA code, below the QR code. Change the DA code randomly at any time. User will find it hard to hack the system. Vending machine. A modern retail method that is taking over Singapore. In a post-COVID-19 environment, this will become more relevant. But we will need a cheaper and safer way to transact. My invention will make it safer without incurring high cost. Midnight 2 a.m. You're hungry and you want to eat chicken rice. Luckily, there is a vending machine nearby. You can get your chicken rice simply with a touch of your smartphone. Scan the QR code and DA code on the vending machine, type in the necessary information, and get your chicken rice. Facial recognition is the next generation of payment. But what if there is another person out there that has very similar facial features as you? Can the system truly know? With my invention, the answer become yes. Take an example. You need to take a train from Dover to City Hall. You stand inside a circle and take out your smartphone. Display your personal DA code attached to the back of your smartphone beside your face. The camera scans your face and authenticates it with your personal DA code. The gate open and you can proceed to train boarding point. This method of authentication can also be used in airport custom clearance and security door access in home or any high security premises. In many of our web account login, it is common to use a two-factor authentication system. User logs in using their password and an authentication code, known as a OTP or one-time PIN, is sent to the user mobile phone or email address. Enter the OTP to grant access to the online account. Due to busy internet traffic, it may take some time for the OTP to reach the user. My invention, DA code, can be implemented into web account login to replace the conventional two-factor authentication system. There is no waiting time for my invention. What is the strength of my invention? First, my invention cost very little to implement while delivering huge security improvement in digital transaction. My invention is more convenient than current two-factor authentication or 2FA using SMS. In the current 2FA SMS, users still have to wait for some time before the SMS arrive. Sometime, the SMS didn't arrive. My invention will reduce the need for facial recognition system to accurately differentiate facial pattern with high similarity. The system for my invention only needs to ensure that the DA codes for people with similar facial pattern are different at any one time. On December 12, 2019, an article in Business Insider reported that researchers were able to fool facial recognition software at an airport and mobile payment kiosks using a printed mask. They were able to fool two mobile payment systems, Alipay and WeChat Pay, a border checkpoint in China, and a passport control gate at a Amsterdam airport. The good news is that my invention will close this loophole. On the December 20, 2019, a BBC article reported that a US government study suggests facial recognition algorithms are far less accurate at identifying African American and Asian faces compared to Caucasian faces. The study tested 189 algorithms from 99 developers, including Intel, Microsoft, Toshiba, and Chinese firms Tencent and Didi Chuxing. The good news is that this problem can be solved using my invention. Users have to rearrange their DA code device every day based on their SMS. It gives them direct control over the security of their smartphone and feels in control. This will help to accelerate the adoption of digital payment and transaction in Singapore. If hackers manage to break into the server, the recovery for my invention is easy and fast. All we need to do is to close the server security holes and reset the DA code for all users. All users affected will receive a new DA code by SMS. My invention has no need for biometric data like fingerprint, palm print, iris pattern, voice pattern, and etc. Remember that if hackers manage to hack the server and steal this biometric information, your biometric information like fingerprint will be forever available in the hackers' communities. You cannot change your fingerprint, so it will forever be a threat to you. If hackers manage to hack the server and steal your account, password, and DA code information, they will only have 1 day or less to do multiple transactions and steal as much as possible before the DA code changes. Multiple transactions within a short duration are a very clear sign of hacking. A good system will easily detect the hack. Everyone knows that any information stored online has the possibility of being hacked. My DA code is stored offline, making it virtually impossible for hackers to hack your smartphone by online methods. The daily SMS sent to users' smartphone can be manually or automatically deleted. A last words. Singapore needs to accelerate its digital adoption to catch up with other nations like China. Adoption is still not fast enough because people want convenient and needs to have trust in the system. My invention, my DA code system, will offer you both, convenient and trust. In a post-COVID-19 world, the online adoption becomes critical for all nations. My invention will offer you a drastic improvement in digital security in all aspects of our life without incurring high cost.